Hey, Coach. How are you? I wonder what you think. You hear fans yell for more blitzing. Do you think, well, that's just part of being a defensive coordinator? Or do you think, hey, we got a top 5 unit. What the hell do you people want? What do you think when you hear that kind of stuff?
Well, I would say that just the mix of your calls is important. And we just try to, through the course of the week, game plan and figure out what's going to work best versus the unit we're playing, the quarterback or the run down or the pass down. And we'll mix our pressures in there when we can and when we think is appropriate. And, we always doing what's best for our football team and doing what's best for the situation.
Zach Keeper.
Matt, when you got here and started watching film of this defense that you inherited, what did you see in Kenny Moore then? And did you see what he's doing now? Like, did you see a guy you could do everything, right? We see him on the blitz. We see him in coverage, great tackler. How did you sort of see his skill set evolving? And does he sort of disprove the notion that, he's undersized, but sometimes it doesn't matter how big you are, right?
Yeah, Kenny plays big and he does a really good job. When you first start watching guys, you go back to 2018 and you're looking at players or, the evaluation of what you've done as a coach through your whole life is that it's a process in which you start looking at guys and then you have to see them actually do the skill. So it's better as you go through it to sit there and watch and then kind of marinate on what the guy can do. And then you have him do some things by trial and error, and then you figure out what's best for that player. And that takes time, and it takes some thoughtful thinking in terms of like watching what are you looking for, what are you looking at. And then when I saw Kenny, you saw him. He plays long, and he is long because he's got long arms. He's got he's a long guy for only being as tall as he is, and that's why he's able to play big. And plus, he's got great spirit. He plays with a high energy, a great spirit on the field, and that's what he brings to the table. And that's what I've learned from Kenny. He's got a wide range of skill sets, and that's what he brings from playing, safety position, nickel position, corner position. Being able to take on blocks, pressure. So he does a lot of things well and very well for us.
Joel Erickson.
Matt, even when you guys, even when an opposing quarterback's getting the ball out quick and maybe you guys have one or two sacks in a game, can you still see the pass rush pressure having an effect on those guys, even if the sack numbers aren't maybe there?
Yeah, that's what our hope is, Joel. That we are affecting the quarterback through the through the pressure or the perceived pressure of the front four, number one, and then the disguising of our other pressures that we do bring. Hopefully, we're speeding that guy up and the ball's getting out quick, and then we got to be a good tackling team. We got to contest the throws. We got to knock the ball down or do a great job with our tackling ability in that short zone. So we're always looking to do that, but hopefully we feel that during the course of the game where we start speeding guys up.
Jim Aiello.
Yeah, Matt, I want to ask about two plays, both rock. What are you teaching him? What are you telling him after on that pass interference? Did you see things you liked and maybe didn't like? And then it sure looked like he showed, great instinct on that interception. So I was wondering if you could break down kind of both those plays for us.
Yeah, I mean, the deep passes, we thought he was in good position. He had poise all the way through the down, which is hard to do. I mean, when you get deep passes like that in the deep part of the field, you have to have extreme patience through the end of the down to be able to make your move timely at the very end of that. So you're not getting the DPI, and we thought he did a good job of that. And we coached him up on a couple other details there what he might be able to do better, but. We thought he had good patience there. And then relative to the interception, he was really got a good jam and then working to his landmark and had great vision there and did a nice job of seeing the ball all the way in and then also fighting for the ball through the end of the down. So he did a good job on both those, we thought, on both those plays in terms of his finish.
All right, we'll go two more. George Bremer.
Coach, what's the biggest challenge when you're preparing for the same offense for the second time in 17 days this week?
We really make this about us, about, our team and about our individual, improvement. And what happened last performance with against Green Bay, and then how can we improve for our next performance, and then go back and look and see what we did well against them last time and what we need to improve last time as an individual player, and then as an individual linebacking group, D-line group, and secondary, and then how can we pull that together as the whole defense. So we're going to be focusing on us this week, focusing on our effort and our fundamentals, and what we can do better going forward, really for the next opponent.
All right, last one, Kevin Bowen.
Matt, could you walk us through what you saw from Julian Blackmon on that strip, just the recognizing, splitting the double team, and then forcing that fumble? And then I do have one quick follow-up if I have time.
Okay. Yeah, he did a nice job of really recognizing that particular play. They had ran that play a couple other times during the course of the game. And, through the motion, he ended up being the drop safety down. And I thought he did an excellent job of setting the edge and then having the wherewithal to really strip the football, because he knows in overtime in that situation what a big play that would be. And I also, if you look at the play, the hustle by the guys from the inside out pursuit on that particular bubble screen, Mo and Buck, who obviously recovered the fumble, Darius was there, and several other guys. So we highlighted that, the ability to force the football by Julian, and then the pursuit by the entire defense working inside out, and then the technique and the technique by Buckner in terms of him recovering the fumble, shielding his back on the ball to the offender, trying to recover it as well. So there's a lot of good things on that play.
And when you face Derrick Henry, how much of a focus fourth quarter is it? We got to stay in that his big run ability late in games you frequently see.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. That's their MO. They're going to stay committed to it, and we have to stay. That we feel like we're in a good shape. In terms of our perseverance, in terms of our discipline, and what we want to take into the game and being able to finish. So we have to be disciplined at the end of the contest to make sure we're executing the proper way.